Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Well, I'm Mrs. Carter from the employment agency.
How do you do? Won't you come in?
Thank you. Oh, so this is where you do your thinking.
This is where I do both.
Not do, Mr. Miller. Did, remember?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Where would you like me to sit?
Anywhere you like. I pace as I dictate.
Oh, well then, right here?
That's just fine. Now, let's see. Where did I leave Detective Tuttle?
What is your new book called, sir?
The Killer Wore Wooden Shoes. It all takes place in Holland.
Oh. Sounds fascinating.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we all set?
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
Let's see. Detective Tuttle bicycled along the canal, admiring the yellow tulips. He needed time to think about the case. Certainly, there was no lack of motivation. On the contrary, everybody seemed to have a motive for the murder. Angela's emotions were all bottled up. Bottled up. Angela lacked the nerve to commit murder. It seemed to Detective Tuttle that the wife of the murdered man was a prime suspect. Not only would she inherit all of his millions, but there was a distinct possibility that her husband had found out about her affair with the young painter. Painter, yes, the painter. Oh, could he be the guilty one? It had been hinted that the victim was about to withdraw his financial support from the artist's one-man show. And wouldn't that make him rather desperate? Would you please read that last portion back to me, Mrs. Carter?
Hadn't it been hinted that the victim was going to withdraw his financial support from the artist's show? And wouldn't that make him rather desperate?
And, of course, Detective Tuttle had never been fully satisfied with the butler's alibi that he was driving to Amsterdam at the time of the murder. It was getting late. So Detective Tuttle turned his bicycle toward the hotel. When he arrived there, the desk clerk handed him a note that had been left in his box. It said, if you want to know who the murderer... If you want to know who the murderer... Meet me tonight at 9 o'clock at the old windmill right past the zoo.
Oh, are you a bird watcher?
A what?
A bird watcher.
Oh, yes, and I think I just saw a I think I just saw a hum. I think it's Robin out there. When Detective Tuttle got to his room, he discovered it had been ransacked. All of the drawers were open and all the clothes were strewn about. He checked carefully and said to himself, something is missing. Where was it?
Something is missing.
I didn't take it.
Mr. Miller, are you all right?
I never felt better in my life. Oh, yeah, something is missing.
Yes.
Something is missing.
Yes.
What could it be? Suddenly, he realized they had stolen his overcoat. All at once, the pieces of the puzzle seemed to fall into place. The butler must have done it. Detective Tuttle didn't like the idea because it was such an old cliche. It was such an old cliche. It was also stale.
Oh, I'll get it.
No, I'll get it. It's probably my publisher.
Oh.
Hello? Another one of those obscene dial tones.
Oh, hello, Harry.
Hello, Lucille. I just thought I'd stop by and see how the book's coming.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, we're just at the point where Detective Buttle thinks the Tuttler did it.
Nice going, Lucille. And he's right on schedule, too. 10 o'clock, and he has a snoot full.
Believe me, Harry, it isn't my fault. Neither one of us has left this room. I can't imagine how he filled his snoot.
As touch of the grape. My writing is so tiring.
So that's what's happened. He must have us stashed all over this room.
Well, obviously, this isn't going to work. Now, what are we going to do? We have to protect him from himself, and we have to protect me from losing that $500 bonus.
Listen, Harry,
Yes?
why don't we work at my house? The closest thing I have to drink is some rum cake left over from last Christmas.
Rum cake? just a little slice, please. I'm driving.
Well, sir, I don't have it here.
Oh, well, then if you'll excuse me, I think I'll retire. Oh, thank you. Join me in a nightcap? Nighty-night.
Sleep tight.
What else? Helms the butler waited in the study. He hated the idea of killing Angela, but she knew too much and had to be silenced. The doorbell rang. Helms went to answer it. "Angela," he said. "Helms," she answered. You know, dictating like this makes me thirsty.
Well, Mr. Miller, I have some nice fruit punch in the kitchen.
You know me, I'll drink anything.
Hey, not anymore.
Oh, yes.
Just to make sure. Here we are. Now, you gotta admit, it is a pretty color.
Yes, it certainly is.
Here we are.
Thank you.
How'd you like it?
It is a pretty color. You know, Mrs. Carter, I've got a problem.
I know, but I think we're whipping it.
I didn't mean that problem.
Oh.
I can't decide how to have Angela killed.
Oh.
Would you mind playing the part of Angela, and I'll be Helms, and I'll try different ways of killing you?
Well, okay.
Now, you go out, ring the bell, I'll answer the door and offer you a cocktail. Only I've put poison in yours.
Oh. Well, poison?
Yes.
Okay.
Fine. Copy. Angela.
Helms.
I've made cocktails for us.
Oh, splendid. How was I?
You die very nicely, but I don't know if poisoning is quite right. Let's try shooting.
Shooting?
Yes,
Okay, shall I go out again?
if you will, please. Angela,
Helms.
I had to see you, Angela.
Oh? What about?
You know too much. Bang!
How was that?
Excellent. But I don't know if shooting is sophisticated enough for Helms. Let's try strangling you with my scarf.
Strangling.
Yes.
Well, whatever you say.
Coming, Angela. Angela.
Why'd it take you so long to answer the door, Helms?
Please, Mrs. Carter, just play the scene. You were walking toward the couch, and I strangled you with my scarf.
What?
Aha!
What are you doing?
Somebody's trying to show.
No, let go. Good heavens, I think you'd better take a rest.
That's a good idea. You know, killing somebody takes quite a lot out of a person.
Would you like another glass of punch?
I don't like seeing anyone drink alone.
Yeah. What did you decide about Angela?
Angela who?
The girl in your story. How are you going to have Helms kill her?
Let Helms decide. I can't do everything.
Mr. Miller, if I didn't know better, I'd swear you'd been drinking.
Tut, 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 tut. A nice girl like you should never swear.
You know, this is really delicious.
It certainly is.
I think we better get back to work.
Where were we?
We were right over there drinking punch.
Well, anyway, Helms ushered Angela into the room.
Uh-huh.
Come look at the view, he said. Angela went out on the balcony. Suddenly, Helms came up behind her and grabbing her quickly threw her over the rail. And she sank into the canal below.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. Hearing her splash into the canal makes me thirsty. Would you care to wet your wrist? Would you care to wet your wrist? Want some punch?
I certainly do. Fill her up. It's very good.
Oh, yes. Helms went quickly up. Helms went quickly out of the study and down the back stairs out onto the terrace. He was tiptoeing through the tulip bed when he ran directly into Detective Tuttle. What do you find so amusing?
Helms tiptoeing through the tulips. I can see him now. Tiptoe to the window.
By the window, that is where I'll be. I'll
tiptoe through the tulips with me.
What's going on here?
Well, we're tiptoeing through the tulips. What does it look like?
You are both intoxicated.
Impossible. We haven't had a dingle strop.
Well, I am not going to lose that $500 bonus if I have to finish the story myself. Detective Tuttle.